So, in an interesting turn of events, the director of Godzilla Minus One, Takashi Yamazaki, screened Godzilla Minus One directly at Lucasfilm to Lucasfilm, and he was there in person to do a Q&A, all privately. So, as Lucasfilm found its next victim to sort of hire and then fire for a Star Wars film. It's a strong potential chance, actually, because Takashi Yamazaki did recently come out and say he really would love to do a Star Wars film. You know, he grew up watching them. It's what inspired him to become a filmmaker. So he would love to be given the keys to Star Wars. And actually, if you're thinking about what he managed to do with Godzilla Minus One, it wouldn't be a bad fit. Now, it would be a bad fit with modern day Lucasfilm sensibilities, absolutely. But if they wanted to throw everything in the fire that they built up and give Takashi Yamazaki the keys to the castle and just go make it good, that would be a very, very good fit. Never going to happen, mind you, and they absolutely have found their next victim, I believe. But let's take a look at this, because interesting stuff, I think, personally. So hit subscribe if you're new here, folks. Turn the bell notifications on. This is over on That Park Place. I'll leave a link down below. But I mean, the headline alone: Godzilla Minus One director screens film at Lucasfilm after expressing desire to direct a Star Wars film. It definitely, it gets the noggin jogging, as they say. It gets those wheels turning, doesn't it? So I would say, yeah, Lucasfilm's next victim, unfortunately, is here. Takashi Yamazaki, the director of Godzilla Minus One, screened his box office hit at Lucasfilm less than a month after expressing his desire to direct a Star Wars film. Again, you know, it's all timing. Timing matters. And this is why I think, it sounds like something's afoot. Some palms are being touching together. Some handshakes are happening. So, ex-user August Ragone reported that he attended a screening of Godzilla Minus One at Lucasfilm, where the film's director, Takashi Yamazaki, was in attendance. The Great Godzilla Minus One screening tonight at Lucasfilm was introduced to director Yamazaki after the Q&A. He was also gracious enough to sign my copy of the Japanese theatre programme. A Godzillion thanks to Ken Ibrahim and Dave Filoni. Interesting. More tomorrow, he says. So the screening took place a little over a month after Yamazaki told Slash Film that he wants to make a Star Wars film. So he says, I watched Star Wars, and that's how I ended up being a filmmaker. I'm really hoping I'll get a call and they bring me on Star Wars. Sounds like that call's already happened, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Now, obviously, this article does note the obvious, and it is obvious. A screening at Lucasfilm doesn't necessarily mean anything. Of course it doesn't. But is it likely that discussions about Yamazaki's love for Star Wars and his desire to make a Star Wars film were likely discussed? Yes. Absolutely it is. 100%. Now, obviously, it's hard not to see... The article says it's hard not to see this as a positive sign out of Lucasfilm. Well, I disagree, actually. I disagree, because there's lots of filmmakers that are actually pretty decent. You know, there are some individuals that are pretty decent filmmakers that have gone to Lucasfilm and they've not, nothing's happened, or they were fired, or the project that they did make was garbage, right? There's a lot of stuff. People just get wrapped up in the Hollywood machine. You know, this doesn't necessarily mean anything positive at all. In fact, it could be bad, because it could mean that Takashi Yamazaki gets roped up in the Hollywood rhetoric and becomes a terrible filmmaker as a result of it. That's definitely a real possibility. Now, they say this: if Lucasfilm does indeed bring on Yamazaki to direct a film, it definitely could ignite optimism about the franchise that has shot itself in the foot at nearly every opportunity, whether that be the atrocious Disney sequel trilogy that completely destroyed the characters of Luke Skywalker and Yoda, or the various Disney Plus series that maligned characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Boba Fett. I mean, just because they got one person in, you know, it doesn't fill me with confidence and joy. I think this is Lucasfilm and Kennedy lining up their next victim, their next patsy, not Patty Jenkins, but their next patsy. Their blame, someone they can just blame stuff on. Now, you know, for projects that he personally respects, Takashi Yamazaki does it incredible justice. Godzilla Minus One is fantastic. Good, strong, moral messaging. It's just a great, fantastic film from many, many angles, actually. People having to bury the hatchet, come to terms with things, anti-war. There's all these things that ordinarily, when handled with, again, modern-day Hollywood sensibilities, would be very, very just like ham-fisted and terribly, terribly done. The narrative would be spun in the most awful ways. And it'd make you really, you know, put off by it. But he managed to do such a great job with it. But him on Star Wars, I mean, yeah, if he really, really does respect it, there is the potential. There is the potential. Yamazaki previously created a live-action adaptation of space battleship Yamato. But yeah, I mean, all in all, loads of people like see this as being happy. I mean, even this article, and I like this writer, but they say, you know, if Lucasfilm taps Yamazaki to make a Star Wars film, the movie surely could not be any worse. I mean, this is true, but I just view this as Lucasfilm setting their sights on another victim, just genuinely. I've said it before, and I think it's true. If ever there was a company that has earned the right to not have the benefit of your doubt, it's Lucasfilm and Disney. Most companies, I'll give the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, just wait and see. Just wait and see. Let's watch that first trailer. Lucasfilm and Disney consistently have proven time and time again that they are below the benefit of the doubt standards. Genuinely. So I think Lucasfilm has found their next victim, unfortunately, in the director of Godzilla Minus One. But what do you guys think? I'd love to hear it, so let me know down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.